The crypto market has plummeted. Bitcoin has gone all the way to $21,000, even touching the low 20s during the day of yesterday. Ethereum is on $1,000. Why is everyone crashing? And most importantly, have we gone through the worst part, or there's still worse to come? Is it gonna get worse in the future? Do we have a bear market for the next 5 years? We won't see those prices that we had months ago until maybe 5-6 years on the go. In the video of today, we're gonna treat that topic. We're gonna try to understand why this is happening. It's very related to what happened to Ethereum yesterday, because it's actually all very related. If you like the video, remember to like and subscribe for more. And not only that, but if you get any questions that you don't understand, you can write us on Instagram and we'll try to answer your questions. And with that, let's go! So here we are. As you can see, Bitcoin is on $21,944 right now. That's just crazy. Like it has gone down 25% in the last 7 days, and we have to understand that there has been a small rebound. Like for example, Ethereum, it says it's down 2% on the day. It's way more. I mean, it just, I don't know why it comes bad sometimes, but basically it went down so much that it went up again, and now it's only 2%. It went up, I think, like like €100, which is like 10%. Actually, there's a pretty cool strategy that you can do, and it's when Bitcoin or Ethereum drops more than 10-15%, you buy the bottom basically, and you expect a retrace on the movement. It happens a lot. I personally used to do it very oftenly. I didn't do it this time because this crash, I didn't saw like the type of movement that I like to see, and I was going to sleep, so I just went to sleep and I didn't do the movement, and I lost on some money. But it's a good way to do, because as you can see, after they drop, they always tend to go up a little bit. For example, Cardano 10%, Solana 7%. You don't want to do that in Bitcoin because it moves too few, but well, it doesn't matter. That's not the point of the video. In this video, we're gonna try to see what is going on, because it's just crazy. Why? And well, we're gonna try to understand everything, because it's very linked to the last video that I did, that I know I posted yesterday. It should be posted like 3 days ago about Ethereum. So yeah, it's very linked, but it's just the situation got worse. Okay, so in the case of Bitcoin, we can see that in the last 7 days, it was basically in the 30,000s. Okay, there was a very strong movement in the 30,000s, and when it broke, basically, well, it just broke to 27,000 until the day of yesterday, when it just went from 28,000 all the way to 21,000. Like, we are talking like really low levels right here. Not only that, but in the case of Ethereum, we can see that, well, in the last month in general, it's just crashing. It went from 2,000 to 1,200. It has lost like 50% almost in a month, which is just crazy. Okay, it's crazy now. So what happened yesterday? Same thing that was happening with Ethereum. Our dear friends from Celsius, actually, let's say it in Spanish, because I think it's pronounced like that, they are having more problems. For the people who didn't saw the video, you have the link in here. But basically, what is Celsius? Celsius is a platform that allows you to get some yield on your coins. Basically, you give them your Ethereum, you give them your Bitcoin, you give them your any random crypto coin that they accept, and they will give you a percentage on it. For example, if you stake your Ethereum with them, you'll take maybe like 4% on the Ethereum, while they will be making like 6 or 7%, and they will take the 2-3% for themselves. Okay, that's their business model. Basically, they take your Ethereum, they make some strategies in the DeFi world, in the decentralized finance ecosystem, and with that percentage that they earn, they'll pay you back and they'll take the difference. Okay, that's basically what they do. There's a lot of companies who do this, but they are very big. Okay, Celsius has been used for more than 1,700,000 people. Like, it's just crazy, the amount of people, the amount of money that they used to have. What is the problem? Okay, basically some of their investments have now officially gone wrong. Okay, because until everything we were talking in the last video was like, we think there's rumors, they say that Celsius is not doing good. No, now it's literally official. They went pretty wrong. Okay, so the biggest problem that they have is the problem with Ethereum and staked Ethereum. What does it mean? It means that basically they got Ethereum and they staked it, because Ethereum, as you may know, is passing to proof of stake. It's coming from proof of work. It's not going to be mineable anymore, which, by the way, profitability is going down a lot. I wanted to comment on that. Profitability right now is like 90 cents. I'm pretty sure in the last video I made, it was already like $1, and it was yesterday, and the day before it was like $1.30, and the day before was $1.50. So it's just crashing, is plummeting in the dollar value. On the other hand, the only good news for miners, if you are interested, is that difficulty is going down. What does it mean? It means that if you're mining now, you're mining more Ethereum than you were mining yesterday. This has not happened since all the bull run. Okay, since the bull run of 2021 is not letting me go. I don't know why. Okay, since 2021, it has not gone down at any point, okay, because here when it went down, it was not because of the price of Ethereum, it was because all the miners from China had to left or do it in hiding. So they turn off their machines and then they turn it on again. It's not like they actually went down. So it's the first time that the difficulty actually goes down, and it makes sense because Ethereum has gone down like 75%, but people still mine. So you can see that it went from 15.57 in the difficulty to, for first time in very long time, under 40. Okay, we can really see a drop in here. Like I think this is gonna stay. Obviously, if the price of Ethereum keeps steady, that's actually kind of great news because you can hold more Ethereum. But in general, the point is Ethereum is passing to proof of stake, and that means that now you can stake your Ethereum and earn some rewards. What is the biggest problem? As we comment on the other video, I'm gonna be quicker here. Basically, if you stake your Ethereum, you cannot take it out. You cannot unstake it, okay? It's impossible because that's how a smart contract works. Once you do something in a smart contract, you cannot alter it, you cannot change it, okay? So if you put your 32 Ethereum to stake, you cannot take them out. I'm very sorry. What is the problem? Celsius, first of all, they have their own normal Ethereum stake by themselves. They say that they have around 100 million to 400 million euro in staked Ethereum by themselves, which means that money is literally untouchable right now, like untouchable. But not only that, they also had some in Lido. What is Lido? Lido is a solution for liquidity, which means basically they get a lot of different Ethereum from different people. They stake it to get their rewards. They give you 4% and they give you what is called ST Ethereum. That used to be $1, used to be pegged to $1 to one Ethereum, used to be pegged to one Ethereum, which actually doesn't really make sense. And Celsius was counting on this, okay? They were counting that the peg was going to be 1.1, and as you can see, it's not 1 anymore, it's 0.93. And if it goes below 0.8, market may crash even more. So it's not very good news for that. But the real problem of Celsius is they took the money from the clients, they invested in something that is illiquid, and now the clients are asking for the money back. They cannot get it back, okay? And it's not only Ethereum. What I mean is they are not giving anything, okay? Because before it was affecting the price of Ethereum. We commented on that, how the price of Ethereum was really being affected by Celsius. Now it's everyone. Why is everyone? Well, because Mr. Celsius has paused withdrawals, swaps, and transfer between accounts in all of the accounts, in all of the currency. It doesn't matter if you have Ethereum, if you have Bitcoin, if you have Tether. Anything. You cannot take anything out since yesterday. They had a condition in their terms that's called hodl mode, which means that in extremely volatile times they can like block the withdrawals. Actually, everyone has that. Binance had that. Everyone has that, and they had just blocked it. Okay, so basically they don't have money to pay. That's the real problem. They don't have money to pay the people who put their money in there. Okay, that's the real problem that they are having. And the problem is that it's such a huge company. Like people don't understand. We are talking about a company that has raised over 864 million in venture capital. That's a lot of money. It has custody over $3 billion in funds. They say even more, even 15, 17, I don't know. They were talking about a lot of money that was custodied by them. And they have more, and as I said, more than 1 million customers. We're talking about a giant in crypto, okay? What is the problem? They not only have problem with the stake Ethereum, they have problem with more things. What is the other thing that they have problems with? Well, as you can see here, it has been reported that one of their wallets or wallets that is linked to their accounts in general, because as I said, Celsius is a private company. It's not actually public. You cannot say which accounts are from them, but this seems to be like 90% sure that it's theirs, has been making a basically borrowing DAI, which is basically borrowing dollars, in Maker protocol, which is a very famous protocol in crypto, by staking Bitcoin. Basically, they were putting Bitcoin as collateral to get a loan on dollars. What does this mean? It means that if Bitcoin goes down, you are going to get liquidated, which is terrible. Basically means that if the price goes under 22,000, they close your position and you lose all your money, okay? You're not gonna take even one dime. And what is the real problem with this? The real problem is that the people who's taking your money from that liquidation is gonna probably try to push for the price to go down, for the price to go exactly where this liquidation point is, to take your money. Understand that this loan is 44, I think, no, how much is this? It's like around 400 million, yeah. Well, it's 200 million borrowed, but the total position is around $440 million. $444 million, sorry, I don't know how to speak. Which means that if they liquidate your position, they will take probably around 70% of it. Like, they will make a lot of money. What is the problem with this? There is market makers, there's a lot of people in the market who will try to push the market to liquidate you. What is the real problem with this? Well, market keeps going down because they have topped up their position, which means they have put more collateral and they are not going to be liquidated. This doesn't appear on the news, but I found it in other place. They are not getting liquidated in this position until Bitcoin goes to $70,000. What does it mean? It means that Bitcoin at $70,000 is going to be a magnet, okay? I'm not saying that we're going to $70,000, but there is high possibilities that we'll go there until they liquidate. And if they keep pushing down, they'll end up liquidating the whole market. The real problem is that they will try to liquidate that position. I swear, they act like magnets. Every time there is high liquidations in one of the sites, even buy or selling at one price tends to move close to there to liquidate them. Who is making that type of movements? Well, people like basically FTX. We'll talk about them, but basically here you can see which different exchange and how many liquidations they have been completed in their exchange during this period right now, basically yesterday. You can see in Bitfinex, nobody got liquidated because everything is fake. In Binance, there's few liquidations. In Coinbase, there's more liquidations, but FTX is just blood. Like they liquidate you right, left, straight, up and down. Okay, they liquidate everyone. Why do they do that? Because they take a lot of money and they're very popular for that. Okay, the owner of FTX is Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried, super famous boy that makes a lot of money, destroying the crypto ecosystem and going short on stuff. Basically, they love to liquidate people, and I don't know if they are after the Celsius liquidation because there's a lot of people after this liquidation to try to get the money, but they could, they really could be. I mean, they could be. There's a lot of people who does the same thing. 3 Arrows Capital, different big players in crypto that are doing this because remember, this is huge positions in a huge guy. Okay, Celsius is not just a random company. They have a lot of money in the crypto ecosystem, and that's the big problem, that crypto was supposed to be created for decentralization, for these DeFi things, and then you have centralized companies that act like normal banks and bring the same risks as normal banks. Like, it makes no sense, but yes, people don't really enjoy decentralization because you have to do more steps. These people make it easy for you, but they bring risks that you will only have in normal financial institutions. At the end of the day, Celsius is a super normal financial institution, and the risk that it has is the same as a normal financial institution, which, by the way, is ruled by some people which seems to not have a lot of experience because they are destroying basically the entire ecosystem. But the main point is that they can be liquidated, and they are not the only ones who can get liquidated. The other people who is being talked about a lot is Mr. MicroStrategy. In case you don't know MicroStrategy, MicroStrategy is the company of Michael Saylor that decided to put Bitcoin in their balance sheets all the time. They're basically just buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin. They have like a company under that, but the main thing is buying Bitcoin. Right now, they are on an unrealized loss, which means if they sell now, they are losing $1.2 billion. Okay, billion with a B. Like, it's crazy. Okay, they are right now, they're very in the red, and the problem is that they say that if Bitcoin goes under $23,000, they could be also margin calls, which means you have to put more money if you don't want to get liquidated in one of their positions. For what they said, the CEO, which is Michael Saylor, said that they have a 205 term loan that needs to, sorry for clicking here, that needs to maintain 400 million in collateral, and they have like 100,000 BTC, so it should be alright. They shouldn't have problems unless BTC falls under, sorry for clicking here, I have a terrible mouse, below $3,000. So it should be alright. That's basically what he's saying, but we don't really know because this is the CEO. They didn't show the statement. They do have loans. The point is that MicroStrategy doesn't have loans from DeFi ecosystems where you can see everything. They have loans from real banks. As you can see, they took a loan of 205 million collateralized by Bitcoin with Silvergate Bank, but only them and the bank can talk about margin calls. Nobody can see that. Okay, everything is like basically closed. This is behind doors. You cannot see that. So most probably they don't have actually that big problems that people is saying. Yeah, maybe they could get a margin call in a small part of their portfolio, but they have a lot of Bitcoins, okay? The problem would be if Bitcoin keeps crashing and they actually start selling, because the problem is when all these people gets liquidated, when they get liquidated, basically they are selling on the spot all the Bitcoin, okay? And when they are selling on the spot on the Bitcoin to pay their liquidation, you are basically selling something that nobody's buying, and the price is just collapsing, okay? So where is Bitcoin going from here? Are we in the bottom? Is this the end of the depreciation of Bitcoin? Are we gonna go up? I'm sorry to tell you, but there is very bad news. I don't think this is the bottom for Bitcoin. Are we going to go more down? Are we going to 5,000? Are we going to 1,000? Is Bitcoin going to zero? I don't think so, okay? I think that Bitcoin has some room to go more down, but I don't know if it will go down. The biggest problem is not all of this, because this is what is causing the liquidation and basically the bear market in crypto. But it's not about that. The real problem is SP500. The SP500 yesterday went down 4%. I don't know why it doesn't appear right now, but it went down 4%. And the biggest problem is that every single company in the SP500 was red yesterday, which means every single company went down yesterday. This didn't happen since the 1990. Like it's crazy. It's 30 years ago. We are in a situation where everything is bad. Why is this happening? First of all, we have inflation going crazy. The expected inflation was supposed to be 8.5 in the USA yesterday or the day before, and actually it hasn't been 8.5, it has been 8.6, which was more than expected. And probably the Fed tomorrow, which is the Federal Reserve of the United States, which controls the monetary policy of the country, will increase the interest rates, which means that taking credit will be more expensive because you'll have to pay more. They will probably increase it instead of, let's say, 0.5%, probably 0.75%, which is 75 basis points is how it's called. Is not 100% sure, but news are definitely not good. In general, the markets are drowning, okay? There's a lot of companies who are starting to cut people, not Celsius because they're gonna cut everyone, but like Coinbase, Crypto.com, everyone is laying off people. Financial markets are always the first one to lay off people, but if they are laying off people, means that real players, real people is gonna start suffering the same thing very soon. So it's looking really bad. It's actually looking really bad. You can see in the last 5 days, SP500 went down 8%. In the last month, 6%. In the last year, 21%. And still, there is much room to go down. As you see, the SP500, I mean, we are still over the levels we were on 2020. And you need to understand that everything that went after the pandemic is just fake. It's not real. It's all a bubble. Like, it's all money printing. It's all money going into the stocks because they didn't have nowhere to put that money in. Okay, it happened in crypto, but it also happened in the normal market. Okay, in the stocks market. So we are still in 3,700 points for the SP500. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to 3,337 points. And the real problem is there's not really a solution for this. Every country seems to be going to a recession, which means their GDP is gonna decrease. Basically, China is already in the negatives, even if they don't say it. America is in the negative. Everyone is just not growing. Like, things are not going how they should be going, and that's a very big problem. Probably countries who has mineral resources like Kazakhstan will do better, but still markets are not doing good. And when one country doesn't do good, in general every country won't do good because everyone is basically connected right now, which is a big problem. So what refers to Bitcoin, can Bitcoin go down? Of course it can go down. It can go more down to maybe 15, 17,000. I don't think it will crash to 10,000. I don't think it will crash to 5,000, but there's definitely a little bit more room to go down. Will it go to 7,000 to try to basically liquidate Mr. Celsius? I don't think so, because if they keep pushing down, they're going to end up like shooting themselves in the foot, because at the end of the time, the people who's liquidating these companies also gets commissions from general trading volume, and they don't want the price to just collapse, okay? They want the price to go down, get the liquidation, and go up back. So I think that the general feeling is not too good. It's going down. Yes, it's crazy how much it has gone down, but that doesn't mean that it's the end. It can, of course, always keep going down, okay? It can just keep going down. It can happen. In my personal opinion, and this is not financial advice, I think it's a long term what we're going to have. We're going to have a long bear market, and it's a great time to accumulate Bitcoin and accumulate projects that you like. Is what I personally do. As I said, it's not an investment advice, but if it goes down, if it goes to 20,000, I'll buy a little bit. If it goes to 50,000, I'll buy a little bit. And I don't really care about the price because I care about the long term. In 3 years, we can talk about how I did, but that's my strategy. I'll keep doing that. I'll keep protecting myself with different hedges to increase my percentages, which I guess will bring to the channel soon, hopefully. But the main point is, yeah, it can keep going down. Okay, don't think that this is the end. I'm not saying that it will go down. Maybe it just goes straight up after this. Maybe the Fed tomorrow says, hey, everything is amazing. We're taking all the credits out, we're giving credits on zero, and we're starting the money printing machine again. Well, maybe, nobody knows anything. But as I said, the general situation is not looking too good. And as you can see, the SP500 didn't retrace as much as they should. It's true that also the energy sector is what is kind of holding this, but still, it's just not looking good in general. Celsius somehow got the token going up today after crashing to 9 cents. But guess what? Celsius is only working on FTX, okay? But like 40% of the volume is FTX, which, as I said, is one of the guys who basically make the market, so they can make agreement with them. Pretty terrible, actually. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna finish the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I just make a video and the market keep dipping, you know. I feel like video dip, video dip, video dip. It's like buying and get the dip again. So yeah, this is what it is. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.